I think the girls with their nails done now.
Lucid gets the price down on the Air, but still manages to keep it special. After spending a week with the Lucid Air, among my first thoughts, this is exactly the kind of car Cadillac or Lincoln should be building. Elegant, efficient, and luxurious. That pretty much sums up the Lucid Air, which even in the pure base trim, puts the final nail in the coffin of range anxiety. Doing more than 300 miles at a throw in the Lucid on the interstate at speeds of 75 miles per hour or even a bit more doesn't make this car break a sweat. You'll still have range to spare when you finally get off the interstate. Despite its luxury and size, which we'll get to in a moment, the EPA says the Air Pure still manages to squeeze out more from its battery than a Mini Cooper SE EV or even a Tesla Model 3. According to the EPA, the Lucid takes about 25 kilowatt hours to travel 100 miles, while the Mini needs 31 and the Tesla needs 26. During more than 400 miles of primarily interstate driving, EV riders saw an average of 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour, with the Lucid's guessometer showing 382 miles of range with a full charge. The efficiency numbers look even more impressive when comparing the Lucid to models buyers are more likely to cross-shop, such as an Audi e-tron GT, Tesla Model S, or Mercedes EQS class sedan. Despite having a skateboard battery design, the Air manages to keep its profile sleek and low to the ground, while still maintaining headroom. Inside the Lucid, you'll find plenty of storage room. It starts with the typical center console with your cup holders. You've got two nice spots for smartphones, including a wireless charger. Then you've got more storage in the back. And perhaps most interesting of all, there is semi-hidden storage once you flip up the center console, which is powered. And of course, that comes right back down very quickly when you've put whatever in there. The glove box, by the way, is also touch controlled. One of the things I really appreciate about the Lucid's interior, even though it is heavily based on touchscreens, it still has tactile hard controls for what I would call the essentials. So for example, if I want to up or lower the fan speed, I can do that with the touch of a button. Same for my temperature control. I also can raise or lower the stereo control with a nice knob, and there's a redundance feature on the steering wheel for the stereo as well. The Lucid's rear passenger compartment is among the most spacious I've seen in a good number of years. This thing's got 37.8 inches of legroom. As you can see, there's oceans of space for me in the back. Although admittedly, I'm a short guy, I'm only 5'8", but long-legged people, they'll still be comfortable in the back of the Lucid. You do get separate air conditioning controls on both sides for both passengers in the back, and as you would expect, you also get a center armrest with cup holders, and you also get a storage compartment in the back, and yes, there are power ports as well in the back for electronics. When it's time to hit the road, travelers will find a decent-sized trunk and a secondary trunk in front. The base Pure cuts some luxury corners here or there, but it's nothing that checking a few option boxes won't fix. For those that want stuff like blistering fast sub 2 seconds 0 to 60 times, more tech, or perhaps a glass roof. The base model stereo is probably the car's weakest link. Cranking the bass or treble makes hardly any difference. Audiophiles will want to spring for the available Surreal Sound Pro package. The Pure does have a nice implementation of HD radio, satellite radio, and Apple CarPlay, with installed apps like Spotify and iHeartRadio. There's no Android Auto currently available, but that's easily fixed by plugging an aftermarket converter box into the data port, which also adds full Android. I'll throw a link to that in the description field at the end of this video for anyone that's interested. Our Lucid Air corners like it's on rails, and trust me, I've driven modern Mercedes, Porsches, Cadillacs. This thing somehow manages to perfectly blend the plushness of a Cadillac with the handling of a BMW. Acceleration from our rear drive model was crisp, with a factory-rated 4.5 second 0 to 60 run. If you want to beat exotics at the drag strip, you'll want to spring for the all-wheel drive Sapphire trim, which knocks the 0 to 60 time all the way down to 1.89 seconds, with a mind-numbing 1,234 horsepower from its 3 motors. Lucid says the pure base trim will add 200 miles of range in 17 minutes under ideal charging conditions to its 88 kilowatt-hour battery, while the Grand Touring trim knocks that time down to 12 minutes. During our week with the Lucid Air Pure, EV Rider saw a peak charging speed of 178 kilowatts. The higher trim models have a peak rated speed of 300 kilowatts. The base model Lucid Air Pure has an estimated EPA range of 410 miles, while the upper trim Grand Touring with the bigger battery raises that all the way to 515 miles of estimated range. The Air comes with CCS DC fast charging, with Lucid saying NACS adapters will be made available to customers in 2025, giving them access to Tesla's supercharger network. The Air gets just about everything right, but in terms of the little stuff that could be improved, the dash lets you display your range or battery percentage, but not both. The center stack is gorgeous, but the navigation can't be set to display, while at the same time choosing a different display above it. The base trim skips a front camera and 360 view. It also doesn't include self-steering on interstates, but includes most of what you would expect, such as adaptive cruise control. The Pure has 3 driving modes and up to 5 customized driver profiles that can be set for things like the seat and steering wheel positions. My hat is really off to the engineering and design team at Lucid to come up with such a solid automobile on the first try is a truly impressive feat. The Pure's base price at the time of this video's production was $69,900, with the only option being the car's Phantom Blue metallic color at $800. You can bump the price all the way up to $250,000 if you decide on the insanely fast Sapphire Edition. When it comes to efficiency, the Lucid Air is certainly among the top of the class. And when it comes to full-size sedans, it's among the best designs anywhere. If you've enjoyed this episode of EV Rider, please go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe to the EV Rider YouTube channel so I can continue to bring you more adventures in EV motoring and more reviews like this one. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.